Let me share my screen. Okay. Where I'm okay. So locators, right? Okay. I'll be talking about ID. Okay. Let me create a separate class. Everything I explained everything in the same class. So let me create a separate class. Can anyone tell me how to create a class? Anybody? Anyone? Can you hear me?
Yes, Shekhar.
Okay. Okay. So how to create a class? So right click on the package and go with a new option and click on class. And I'll be just creating and showing for ID locator, right? So let me create the class should be starting with capital Pascal and ID locator in Selenium. I'll use public static void main. Let me create it. Okay. Here, I'll just copy paste this one. Okay. As I said earlier, without using this also we can go and launch the browser, right? Let me show that. So this is the time. So without using that system.set property, there is a dependency called WebDriver Manager. I'll show when I'll show the exact the adding the dependencies or jars into the framework. I'll explain in detail. I'll let the syntax over here now without using that system.set property. So there is a option called web driver manager sorry, web driver manager dot, and I just wanted to use Chrome driver dot setup. So this is a simple syntax to launch. I mean, to not launch the browser. Uh, Instead of using that say Chrome driver.exe file, I can go and use this line to avoid that. So the reason was why I'm going with this option. The reason was sometimes we have just downloaded the Chrome driver.exe file for particular version of the browser, or some 1 month or 2 months or 10 or 1 month or 2 months or 6 months, after 6 months or 1 month. So there will be updating the Chrome browser versions or any browser versions. That time our chrome.driver.exe file will be old one, I mean old, and it will not support the latest Chrome browser version. So this is the another headache actually. So for that, from Selenium 4 there is an option is there to, without using them as well, we can go and launch the browsers. So this is syntax. Remember, very important interview question this can be. And let me write the code for the WebDriver installation. Web driver new Chrome driver. Just control space, you'll get the options and use whichever it is required. So I'll just import it and I'll use driver dot get. Let me take one application somewhere I written. Let me see that. Give me 1 minute. ID locator. Okay. Okay. I'll just take this one application or anything is fine. Let me, okay, this is another Ladakh hotel. Okay, hotel. Let me take this one, copy this one, and where it is. So, okay, so I'm just storing in the string, and let me use driver dot get. I will not go with this option and navigate to and use the URL. So I'm just taking this application. Let me see whether that application will work or not. Let's see that option. Where it is. Okay, fine. This is the application. I'll just enter. Okay, adapting this the hotel actually to book the hotel. I'll try to use this application for the ID locator, and I'll try to find something and I'll try to show that. Okay. Okay. I'm just using the driver.get URL. I'll try to maximize the browser window dot maximize, and next would be okay, software launching. What I have to do? Okay, let me go to that application. I just wanted to enter something on the username, okay, and password, and I'll just go and click on the login button. Anything I can use it. So I'll try to show for login functionality for this with help of ID. How I can go and use ID locator in real time. Okay, so how I can go and take that attributes for the ID. Just do one thing. Right click. So right click, inspect. Sorry, right click on it, inspect, and you see here there is a inspect. So I just wanted to find this username text box with help of ID locator. Okay, so this is the exact source code of this username, and this is the tag, and these are the attributes. So I'm not going to use any other attributes now. So I'll be using ID attribute. So how we can go and write use this ID locator. So this is the ID locator ID attribute. I can say this ID name class and are all like attributes. I can copy this one username, go here. So this is single element. So the username type is single element. So I can use find element. So return type is web element. Please remember, very, very important interview question. What is the return type of find element? You should be in a position to tell the answer like web element. So see driver dot find element, it is expecting by. So that is by class. It is a abstract class. By dot, what is the locator I'm using? ID. Just enter and give that whatever you copied from the source code. That is DOM username, and use this. And what is the return type? You can see here. You see here. Mm, you see web element. I can just store in the web element. This return type is web element. Web element. So I can give username element le equal to this one, and web element is an interface. Okay, I just need to import this as well. Web, okay, el, one second. Okay, I'm getting that option now. Web element, the web element is coming from org.opengated selenium. So this web element interface as well part of selenium. Now I can use this one web element reference, and I just written the syntax to identify the username text box with help of ID locator. Okay, and I just wanted to send something. Okay, I can use send case method. Okay, I just wanted to send my username. So I have already registered for that particular mm, website. So security, let me see somewhere I written what is a username I written for. second. I forgot my username actually. One second. Yeah, my username is this one. Okay. And where I am. Let me close this all. Save and close. And where exactly my package is here. And this is the class. Let me reopen. And this is my username. And I just want, okay. This is how like how to identify the web element with help of ID locator. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm not using the system.set property. That's the old concept. And I'm just using web manager setup. And here driver installation I'm doing here. I'm storing the URL application here in the string URL. I'm just passing that URL variable here to launch, enter the URL, maximize the application. I'm in the browser. I'm just finding that the username uh, element. I'm trying to send this one. Let's see what will happen. Let me run this and see whether that will work or not. Let me save it. Let me run it. So this is a first class because that is the reason I'm just writing and showing everything. In going for like I'll try to show existing code as well for some time for some of the things, and I'll try to explain the code and I'll try to run them and show you how the things will work because this is the first time first class. So I'm just writing everything. Okay, you see here the application has been entered, opened, and so we are able to enter that the username into the username text box. See now the ID locator is working. The same way I'll try to use for password and login. Let's see the one functionality, login functionality, and with by using ID locator. And this is username locator. I'll copy paste. I'll make some necessary changes. Username. This is username, password element, and use this same reference name, and password is this one. So Shaker 123, and I need to click on the login button and see how the application looks like. And let me write this login and use this sorry, use this login reference, web element reference, and I need to click here, right? So I'll just use a click method. Sorry. If you want, you can use the
ID properties
authenticator
you didn't
as well.
inside.
And here I need to use the, yeah, any question?
ID property you are not changing, bro.
Mhm.
For password element,
Yes, yes,
ID property will
yes,
change, right?
yes. Yeah, I'll write. I'm just copy pasting. So I'm just trying to find the element for password. Let me go there. Click on it and password. What is the ID attribute value? This is the password. Go there and paste it. Okay, and this is login, right? The same way I can click here inspect button and click on the login. Wherever you want to find the element, you just select this, highlight and go and click. So you'll be able to see that the exact source code. So tag name is input, and I can use login ID. So this is the things. Now I'm able to launch the URL, maximize it, enter in the username into the username text box, password into the password text box, and I'll go and click on the login button. Let's see. Let me recheck. Sometimes there'll be small mistakes also. It won't work. Okay, this looks good. Let me run it. Okay. Fine. See, after clicking the login button, we're able to see this page to select the hotel. So this is all about string ID locator from the locator concept. Any question on the ID? Okay, I'll take it as no.
Plus, by default, Selenium will not wait, bro,
Huh?
right? By default, Selenium will not wait. We are using implicitly wait.
Yeah. Okay, I'll explain that concept in the later. So there will be wait commands, wait concepts. So there are three wait commands in Selenium. One is implicit wait, that is default wait, explicit wait to expected some condition, and prevent wait to check the intervals whether the element is displayed or not, or element is visible or not. To before throwing an exception, element not visible exception. That I'll explain in different class. Who's that? Aragya?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so if you face any issues, before I mean time issue, then you can use that. Okay, so let me write that implicit wait as you talked about that concept. Driver dot manage dot mm, timeouts dot implicit wait. Yeah. So 30, comma time unit dot milliseconds. So this is a syntax to wait the default. So this is implicit wait I can say. So this is the default wait. So I'm just trying to wait for 30 milliseconds and let's see. This is syntax for wait, for implicit wait. So I'll talk about more later when I go on and explain that concept separately. Okay, see, if you face any issue, then you can use this waits. Even better if you try to use the default wait, implicit wait, not that also you can use it, but if the element is visible also it will try to wait what are we given. So better try to use the explicit wait or prevent wait. So if it is element is visible, so within fraction of say second, it will not wait entire duration. It will go to the next command, next statement. I'll explain that later in detail, the wait commands. So this is ID locator, and what up next one is name. The same way, let me copy this same ID locator and use the same for name locator. I'll do some modification. Name locator, I'm just using copy pasting. Okay, and it shows this is a name locator. um, what I can do, okay, so instead of name I can use, sorry, instead of ID I can use name. And uh, and let me go there and see what is the you know property of the name. Username name attribute value. Username is name, I think same, I believe. Password also password. Okay. Login, login name also. Okay, both are same. See, they are using same property value for these two attributes. Okay, so there will be no issue. But I just made the changes according to the name locator. Let me run it and see the same code. I just copy paste same class. I'm just making small changes. That's why I just copy pasted. Let's see. Very important concept. This is locator concept in Selenium. Okay, see, name locator also working fine. Any doubts on the ID and name locator? If not, I can go with a different one. Okay, I'll take it as no. I'll go there. What is another one? Class. Okay, so class also another locator. So this class we can say it is an attribute. in the web page in the source code. What I can do, I'll just copy the same class, name class, and I'll make some necessary changes and I'll try to show. This is class name, right? So class name locator in Selenium. Click on OK. Let me open this one. And I'll make some small changes over here. Instead of ID, I can use dot class name. I can copy this one, paste it here. But let me check what is the class name over there. Let's see whether class is there or not. Yeah, it is there. Let me take for my username. This is the class. Okay. Okay, there are two inputs. Mhm. Okay, in this scenario, you cannot use actually class name. So class is okay. The values, the property value should be unique actually. It should be one. Okay, so okay, let me show see for login button. Anyway, I'll show it for at least login button. Okay, you see one of one. So that means the whatever we pasted, the property is valid, and whenever you see one of one, then that will be correct actually. Okay, so I'll go with that name only for username password because of there is no there are two. If it is XPath, then I can choose some different condition and can go with for this class. It should be unique actually. Let me go there and see what is the class value. This is the class, sorry, login value, login button value. I can go here, I can paste it here, I can go and run it. Let me run and see. So login button should work now because we are using class name locator. Okay, see login also now it's working. Okay, and so these are three attributes are locators are very simple actually. And tag name to get the tag name, and link test to get the link test actually, partial link test, and CSS selector in the Pix path. Let me see somewhere tag name if I return I can reuse it. Okay, so for tag name what I can do, we can go and try to use the tag name and we can get the size actually. Let me do that. I think I did not have that. I'm just creating new class. Tag name Selenium. Selenium. This one. And let's see. I just wanted to see how many tags are available, and I can copy this common code and find this one file. Yes, okay. And private dot find by dot tag name, right? I can use tag name dot tag name, and it is expecting this one. So I use some tag name here. Let me use type input. Okay, I can see exact tag name where we can use that. Dot get get sorry get size and int input tag input tag okay. What is change to dimension. Okay, one second. basically we can use the tag name to find the tag actually. Let's see what will happen. If this will not work, then I'll try to show where exactly we'll use the tag name to identify these drop down values with help of select tag and all, so we can use them there. Let's see. Okay, you see here 150 at 31 something it is returning, but yeah, it is trying to get the size of the input actually. So input, I think it is returning whole thing from the page. Okay. So to get the tag name, we can use tag name and link test to find the link test. Let me see somewhere link test. Okay. Okay, password. Okay. So what we are doing here, let me show this one. This is a link test locator. So link test, I can say this is a link test. Okay. And this is hyperlink. So I just wanted to verify this, and I just wanted to click on this actually. So this hyperlink, I can go with the link test locator to identify the hyperlink link. Okay, if there are any links, you just wanted to perform the links, hyperlinks, you can go with the link test and partial link test to identify the links actually. Okay, that is a concept of link test locator. And this application, same thing, and using the URL. Here, what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm storing the web element, and by using link test method or link test locator, this is the link test, right? So whatever is there in this one, I'm just copy pasting there, and I'm just try to find that whether this link test is displayed or not. You see here, so with help of boolean dot is displayed. So after displaying, I can get the the true or false in this logger. So it is similar like system.println, same thing you can get in the console. And what else, you leave this, I'll explain later. I'm just doing some condition is displayed, forget password link equal to true. That means this link is displayed, it is available on the web page. I can get that as a boolean as true. Okay, still let you know. Okay, so I can get the condition as true, and if it is true, I'll go and click on the particular password link with help of click method. So after clicking, I'm just using the logger like system.println. You see here, I just commented that time. So after using logger, I'll explain logger concept, what is meant by logger, log4j, how we can use this logger in future. And I'm just using else condition, I'm just showing the dot error, the same thing, it will work like a system.println only, this logger. And after that, I'm just clicking the go back to login page with help of link test. Again, there is another link test, I'm just clicking on that to go back to the previous page. Okay, what I'm doing manually here, automation, I'm just clicking the forgot password, and there is another hyperlink called go back to login page. Okay, so I just wanted to change the email address, to change the password. With help of email address, I can go and click on the forget password link, hyperlink. I can come here, I can use my email ID, I can click on the password, I can get the OTP, I'll try to change the password, and I can go and log in it. Okay, so I just wanted to verify, perform the link test locator. So I'm just clicking on the link test before identifying, and clicking on this go back to login button, login page, link test, and see whether the link test will work or not. This is the things we are doing. Let me run it. It is simple one. I can go and write it and show, but it's a very time consuming process actually. There are so many things needs to be explained. Yeah, so that's why I'm just using existing. This is just locator, adding the dot link test. That's why I'm just using existing one. Let's see what is happening here. Okay, now it has to click on the forget password link, and yeah, it's been clicked, and here also it has to click on the go back to button. So it's been clicked, and yeah, it has been, close the browser as well. This is all about link test. Okay, you need to give the exact link. Okay, but sometime okay, go back to login page or something like this much it is there. Okay, on the link you need to give entire this information, or else it will not work. You need to give exact link. In that scenario, in that situation only, the partial link test locator came into the picture. So next is the that one actually, link test, partial link test. Partial link test, by meaning itself, by the word itself, we can understand that partial link, partial. So this is the my whole link. Assume that so I just don't want to give entire path or entire link. Okay, it is a time consuming process. I just don't want to give entire thing. I just wanted to give something in the starting or in between or something. Okay, so I can use this partial link test locator to identify these kind of scenarios. Okay, and somewhere I even write it, and let me find. Okay, this is the one, partial link test. What I'm doing here, you see, forget password, right? I'm just giving forget, not enter password actually, forget password link. So I'm just giving partial word with help of partial link test. You can see by dot what are the things are available. See, dot class name, CSS selector, all locators will be listed inside the by class. Link test name, partial link tag name, expert tag name, class name. So these are all like all the methods, abstract methods, I can say. Okay, and what I'm doing here, I'm trying to verify that it is displayed or not. And after displaying, condition is getting true, then I'll be clicking on it. The same thing I'm doing with help of partial link test. Nothing is different. And let me run it and see. 1 second. Okay, you see here, yeah, it's working actually. So this is all about the partial and link test locators. Any questions so far on the till here? I'll explain this tag name where exactly we'll be using tag name locator. But definitely I'll explain when we'll deal with the drop downs. Okay, so I'll use this tag name where we'll be using exactly. Don't worry, I'll explain this. But the concept is, I just wanted to verify something with help of tag name. I can go with this option. There's no much difference, much difficult. So I just wanted to verify something element with help of tag name. I can go with the tag name. With help of tag, I can go with the tag name. That's it. Any questions so far? Anybody? If no, I can go with the next concept called XPath. Okay, I'll take it as no. Okay. So before explaining CSS selector, I'll explain XPath so that you'll be able to understand CSS selector better actually. So XPath. So XPath is full form is XML path. Okay. Very important locator actually. Somewhere, let's see. Okay, see path of an element present in the web page. So XML path. There are two types of XPath. One is absolute and relative path. So absolute path is something, uh, okay, let's take an example. This is a sample web page, and this is the tag, and these are the another sub tags actually, input tags S and B. Okay, so I just wanted to identify this B tag. Okay, B input tag. That's a text actually. So if I go with the absolute, I should go from the HTML tag, HTML root, HTML body, div and input a tag and input type and input type B. So this much I should write. Okay, this is all about absolute path. So there is an disadvantage when you go with the absolute path. The reason is in future, if anything is been added into the HTML code for this in between. Okay, example. Okay, so I'm a developer, I'm just adding this line in between. Okay, something I can give. Okay, okay, so if I return in the previous like HTML body div a yes b, but I added, the developer has added something new line in between, so that time my absolute XPath will get failed. So if anything has been deleted, if I deleted as well, if I added as well, our absolute XPath will be invalid and it will not work. We will get the no such element exception. Okay, so in real time we will not encourage to use this absolute XPath. We will be using relative XPath always. So relative XPath, mainly we see, I just wanted to identify this. Okay, so I just no need to come from start root, starting the HTML body div asd. I can directly come here, I can directly write the XPath from like no the relative XPath from this to this with help of these attributes. So that is the main advantage of relative XPath actually. I'll show how we can go and write the things actually. Okay, and let me, I this one I'll try to write separate class and I'll show it's important class actually. Let me create a class. I think it will be end in 1 minute. Again I'll give the URL. Let me finish this locator for today, and from next another the next concepts we can see it in tomorrow. This is XPath locator and Selenium. Do this one. Yeah, please join. I think 1 minute will be ended. I'll give another URL, the path link. So what I can use, I can use the same one. This is required. It's the same thing. Go there, paste here, and remove this one. Okay, here, forget password. Reuse anyone username, and here, okay, just remove this one and try to write driver dot find element by dot XPath. Okay, I'll go here